everybody, my name is Mars, you can call me MG if you would like, and before we get into today's video, I just want to apologize if I sound a little bit congested. I stayed up too late last night and now my body is punishing me. I've got a little bit of a head cold going on, my sinuses are a little bit inflamed. I'm fine, I'm not sick or anything, I just didn't go to bed when I should have, and now I'm suffering the consequences. Anyway, today's gonna be a short video, which is great that I don't have to push myself when I'm in this state. I want to talk about my goals for quarter two. If you didn't see my quarter one goals, I explained that for the year of 2026, I am not setting yearly goals because I feel like I set these big lofty goals and then unforeseen things happen throughout the year so that by the time I make it to the end, those goals are just completely unattainable because the circumstances have changed, and I just feel really bad about not achieving these goals. So we are kind of cutting them down a little bit and going quarterly to hopefully mitigate some of that stress involved in not completing goals. So I did set quarter one goals, and we will talk about how those went, but in a separate video. This is just talking about my goals for quarter two, and I have 7 different goals across different categories, so let's just get chatting about them. The first goal category is for reading, and I didn't want to make a goal too similar to my quarter one goal because it just kind of felt like cheating. I don't know, I know that's really ridiculous, but that was my mindset. But this really is my main goal for quarter two, and that is to finish out Herkyet with a blackout bingo on the bingo board. If you don't know what Herkyet is, I feel like I talk about it in every video, but it stands for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. It is run by Q over at the channel QWERTY. This is the second year that it has been run, and it ends at the end of June. And I have quite a few books to read left. Okay, it's basically a bingo board with 25 separate reading challenges, except you can cover like 2 different challenges with one book, but like each challenge has many books you have to read for them. And I have only, at the point that I'm filming this video, completed 5 of the whole squares. And so there are 20 squares left to complete, but for most of those, I only have to read 1 or 2 books. I think there are 2 squares that I have to read 5 books for. Maybe one is 5 books, one is 6 books, and then every other square I have to read 1 or 2, maybe 3 books. But then there's also like overlap, so like reading 1 book will help me complete 2 squares, you know? So like it's definitely doable. I just have to buckle down and get it done. I am a completionist at heart, and I want this blackout bingo, so that is what we are going for in Q2. My next category is writing, and my goal is to have a stay-at-home writing retreat. I have never done a writing retreat, and while I would love to like travel somewhere and have like a little vacation writing retreat, that's just a little bit unattainable at this point in my life. So we are going to do a little trial run of writing retreat vibes here at home. So my boyfriend will actually be traveling for, I think it's like 8 or 9 days, somewhere in the middle of the quarter. And while he's gone, I figured I should have a little writing retreat and focus on that a little bit more than I could if he was home, because obviously when he's home, we do stuff together, you know? But I will have a lot more time to myself, so we're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna have a little at-home writing retreat. I know Sarah Cannon has done videos on that before, both writing retreats in general and stay-at-home writing retreats, so I'm gonna go back and watch some of her content about it, maybe see other YouTubers who've done this sort of thing and get a feel for it and do some planning. And I will definitely be vlogging it, so you can look forward to that. But I am excited. I'm going to set some goals and hopefully accomplish them during that time. But we will just have to wait and see how that goes later on when it happens. Next up, we have my watching goal. And my goal for watching things in quarter two is going to be to reintroduce my morning anime episodes. This is something that I have done on and off for the past like 2 or 3 years, where every morning I watch a single episode of an anime while I eat my breakfast. And I have not done that, I think, for this entire first quarter of 2026, and I kind of miss it. So I want to get back into that. I will probably start with rewatching something that I already know I love, but I don't want it to be something too long. So I don't know. I'm also interested in Steel Ball Run, the animation for part 7 of JoJo, but I know that's a little bit wonky. I think only one episode has been released, and it's 47 minutes from what I've seen. I don't know if that's gonna be something I do as part of my morning anime, but maybe I'll just watch that on its own. That's just an anime that I am interested in because I do love part 1 of JoJo, and this is kind of a reimagining of that. So, yeah, gonna get back into anime, gonna get a little bit nerdy again. I really have fallen off with anime and manga in the past like year or so. So I would like to get back to that because I really do enjoy it a lot. So we're gonna see, I've got some newer shows that I've got my eye on, and we're gonna check it out and hopefully see if we can stick with it for a little bit longer this time. Then we have the category of playing. And my goal for this is to try out more solo RPGs. This is something that I discovered a little while ago and never really did anything with, but I have been saving a bunch of solo RPGs, mostly like one-page solo RPGs, to my Pinterest board that I have for RPGs. It's mostly D&D, but now it also has a lot of those on there, and I love D&D and other RPGs, but I feel like these solo ones are going to be a good way of me getting that fix without like having to wait for all of my friends to be able to get together and play. Like I can just do it on my own, hence why they're called solo RPGs. So I'm gonna try and do a few of those. I'm not like setting a number goal for this. I just feel like if I try out a handful of them, maybe there's some that I really like and I end up playing those multiple times, or others that like they were fine once but I'm never gonna touch again. Like all of that is a-okay with me. I just want to give it a shot and see if this is something I can build into a long-term hobby. The next category is making, and I have something very special. So, my grandmother got me several bookish things for Christmas, except they didn't arrive until like late February, early March, because she ordered them from this catalog and some of it was on back order, and we had to wait for that to come in before they would like ship everything. It was this whole big ordeal, but I finally have the items, and one of the items was this Book Nook type thing. It says DIY miniature house Sam's study, and it's just like this cute little corner room. It's one of the ones where it just has two walls and then the other two are open. Sorry about the glare. I haven't taken the plastic off. And it's just chock full of books and little pieces of artwork. There's a comfy armchair. There's a ladder. I don't know. It is absolutely adorable and I'm very excited to build this. I was a little bit nervous about it because there's like 200 something pieces. Does it say how many actually? It probably does somewhere, but these are a lot of words, so I can't find it. But I did find like a Reddit post about this specific set, and a lot of people were like, yeah, I was able to put it together in like 2 to 3 hours, and I don't really do this sort of thing. So I think it would be a fun little afternoon activity, maybe over a couple of afternoons if I am slower at it than most people. But that is my making goal. I want to put this together and get it on my shelf because it's super cute, and I think it would make some nice decor. Then we have my doing category, and doing is such a vague verb on purpose. This is basically any goal that doesn't fit any of the other categories, but it's still something that I want to make conscious effort towards. And my doing goal is to declutter the rest of my apartment and actually remove the items from my home. That is the key part here because I have done a lot of decluttering over the past couple of months. If you saw, I did a like pre-spring cleaning vlog where I was prepping for spring by doing some preliminary cleaning, and I went through my clothes in that time. I've also cleaned out one of my office closets. We have two closets here in the office, and we've gone through one of them. The other one, I genuinely don't remember what is in it, but my boyfriend's bike kind of hides it most of the time, so I don't even think about it. But we've also done a little bit of decluttering in the kitchen. Uh, at the time of seeing this, because it's going to be happening literally immediately after I finish filming this video, my bathroom will also be decluttered because that's on the to-do list for today. Me and my boyfriend are gonna go through all the stuff in our bathroom and also in the closet directly outside of our bathroom where we have like a lot of laundry stuff. So I've gotten a lot of decluttering done, have not removed those items from my house. That is the hard part. We have 2 boxes I can see directly right now on this table that we have in the office that I keep saying is where we're gonna do puzzles because we've got a lot of puzzles. It's probably gonna be where I build this once it is clear, but can't do that until those boxes are gone. There's also, I know, 2, maybe even 3 boxes of donations in the trunk of my boyfriend's car. So we just need to actually get these things out of our life. So that is the doing goal, and this is the one that I think is going to be the most like piecemeal, where it would be like bigger chunks scattered throughout instead of just like a little bit throughout the entire quarter. It's going to be like every weekend probably we do as much as we can and then carry on the next weekend. I hope that makes sense. And finally, our last category for goals is going. This is something that requires me to actually leave my house in order to experience, and this is a little bit of an extension on my Q1 goal. My Q1 goal was just to go to at least 1 hockey game. For Q2, I want to do 3 different live experiences, and it is cheating a little bit because I do already have like plans and like tickets purchased to go to these live experiences. But it's fine. We're just gonna go with it. The 3 live experiences I want to do are a concert. Specifically, I'm going to go see Florence and the Machine, and I'm so freaking excited because she is my favorite musician ever. Love her so much. Cannot wait to go. I want to go to a theater experience, which the ticket that I have is for Bat Out of Hell the musical. Sorry about that really loud vehicle going by. But Bat Out of Hell the musical is using the music of Meatloaf, who is an artist I listened to a lot as a child because of my parents and grandparents listening to him a lot, so it's very nostalgic for me. This musical also got me through the first time I had COVID, because that was when I discovered it existed and I was obsessed. And it is currently running on London's West End? East End? I think it's West End is their theater like thing, their equivalent of Broadway. But they are doing a tour, and they're coming to Philadelphia for 1 night, and I will be going, and I'm so excited. I might also go see 1776 at the Walnut Theater with my dad, because that's his favorite musical. My dad is very autistic, just like me, and his special interest is, like, the Founding Fathers and, like, that whole time period, and so I watched 1776, the movie, a lot as a child, and he just really loves it, so I think it would be fun if he and I go to that together. But then the third thing I want to do is to go to another hockey game. I have a ticket, well, multiple tickets, because it's me and several other people going, to go see the Sirens game at Madison Square Garden. Usually they play at the Prudential Center in Newark, but as part of some like big promotional push by the PWHL, they're going to be playing at Madison Square Garden against the Seattle Torrent. I keep saying Seattle Kraken, but the Kraken is the NHL team, the men's professional hockey, but the women's professional hockey, the team is the Torrent. I don't know why I can't remember that, but I'm so excited. So I think even though this is going to be a very easy goal to accomplish because I do already have the plans in motion, it's fine for me to set it as a goal. So those are my main goals for the second quarter of 2026. Of course, there are other things that I want to do, and I will set more goals, but it's kind of going to be more along the lines of figuring things out as I go along kind of thing. So nothing we need to talk about in this video because obviously I haven't figured any of that out yet. But let me know if you have any goals for quarter 2. If you are someone who sets yearly goals, you can do a little check-in for the end of quarter 1. I think that'd be really fun. I love talking about goals with people because we can cheer each other on. But we have now come to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.